G'day everyone, this is Daniel O'Grady and welcome to another WasabiCars video. Hope you're doing well. And in today's video I've got one of those clip videos of cars that I have never shown before, and I plan on doing these for all manufacturers. Specifically we've got Nissans and Datsuns today. Also, all of these cars I first spotted in 2012. The backlog is ridiculous. And first cab off the rank is this Sunny. It's a third generation Sunny, of course, so B310. It has the two-door liftback body style, so it'd be the KB310. Unsure of the engine, but it would have been an A-series engine and 1400 or 1500cc, I just don't know. Most notable is the bodywork. It has had some steel fabrication done to it. The over fenders and also the front spoiler is made of steel, and there's some butchery done under the front guards. I can just see a little bit there, but it's truly horrific sight. And you know, this was 6 years ago that I saw it last, so it could just be a rusty puddle on the ground by now. And I got to shout out to Eric Timmer. Me and him, we used to go car spotting all over northern Kyushu. Great times. Car number 2 is an absolute beauty. It is, of course, an R30 Nissan Skyline 2-door. Tekka men, absolutely fantastic. Graphics on the side of the car, 4-valve double overhead cam RS turbo intercooler. Condition is downright sad. And interestingly, not the only DR30 at this place. There were in fact a bunch of other interesting cars. It was a real mixed bag, but I'm just going to focus on the white DR30. And it appears to be the extra luxury one because the emblem on the boot lid there, double overhead cam, turbo RSX. And I don't know specifics, but presumably, you know, all the gadgets. Interior is just a mess. I mean, what are they doing? Do they want to make it a track car and they've stripped it halfway? Or I just don't know what's going on. But it's wrong and it's not right. And car number 3 is an S30 Fairlady Z, and of course an update. It is the 2+2 body style, which no one sheds a tear for, though I've seen, you know, a couple of nice examples. Also it has the update tail light, so no surprises there. And look at that rust, super sad. And there's also a rack for bumper bars and whatnot, which is sad. And looking at the front, it's got the G-nose, the hood is just rooted. And good to see we've got some old school 3-piece alloys up front. And then under the bonnet there is the L-series 6-cylinder engine. And I'm of course unable to determine the carburetor setup of this car, but I do see that the original colour of the car was white. And car number 4 is a Nissan Gloria, of course. Well, it could be a Cedric, but it is indeed a Gloria, sorry. It's the 6th generation, so that's the 430 series. It happens to be a 4-door hardtop, which is quite a common one. Certainly the ones that have survived to this day, a lot of them are this 4-door hardtop. Now this one is the turbo Brougham grade, which is kind of rare. The engine in this was the L20ET. This was automatic only, and the turbo Brougham was added to the lineup in about April 1980, and production ended for the 6th gen in about mid-82. Condition of this car looks pretty darn good. Now, I mean, there's a bit of discoloration and whatnot on the outside of the car. Interior looks to be near mint. Looks to have a wood grain steering wheel. I don't like it, that's just me. Otherwise the car is looking pretty good. We've got factory alloys, fender mounted side mirrors, which is a top look for this car, and no number plates, so I'm so glad I don't have to obscure those. And speaking of obscure, it's car number 5. It's a Nissan Leopard. This is the 1st generation Nissan Leopard, and it is the only 2-door I have ever seen. 4 doors I've actually seen a few examples, let's just say 5 or 6, but 2 doors, this is the only one ever. Frustratingly, the headlights and taillights do not match anything on Wikipedia. No doubt if I did some extra googling I would find a match, but I'm gonna say this car was probably built about 1983 or early 84. As mentioned up the top, I spotted this in 2012, but soon thereafter the car disappeared and I never saw a trace of it ever again. Car number 6 is an S130 Nissan Fairlady Z. Now the shift from the S30 to the S130, it's a bit of a hard one to take because the 130 is just nowhere near as good looking as the S30, but there's a couple things about this car that warrant a pass. So reason number 1 is the two-tone paint job. The silver on black looks fantastic, and I don't know because I've seen similar cars that weren't as appealing. So what is it? Is it the rust on the bonnet? Is that what is sort of giving it the edge? I don't know, but the two-tone paint looks tops. Reason number 2, Watanabe's wheel tire choice just looks good. I don't know what to say. Rear door is near toast, but I'm loving that full width Nissan sticker. So according to my calculations, this is car number 7, and it could have been 17. There are so many rusty wasabi old Nissans and Datsuns in the archives that, well, I could have gone beyond 17, let's be honest. Now this here Kenmeri I spotted with a bunch of other interesting cars. There was like a 230 Cedric, and you can see there's an S130 FairladyZ next to it. There were a bunch of those vanning custom vans, but I am going to single out this 2-door Kenmeri because it's a sought after car, right? So I think we're dealing with what was once a white car and they've made it a GTR clone. And who knows how good their work was, but what we have here in front of us is a car that is totally tragic. Obviously engineless, and also the guards have been carved out for over fenders. The wheels in it now, I have no clue. I don't think I've spotted them before. Now I'm sure there are people who can really weave some magic with car restorations, but is there any hope for this car? I don't think so. So there you have it, that was 7 Nissans or Datsuns that were sitting on my hard drive that I have until now not shown on this channel. And also the season is now for car shows, so do join Kyushu Dan on Instagram, that's me, WasabiCars on Snapchat, and WasabiCars on Facebook for up to the minute pictures from events. And now all that is left to say is thank you for watching and goodbye.